Hello, welcome. This is the weekly Undertaking. My name is Alex.
And I'm Mike. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, not to be confused with the microphone that is sitting between us, but you can't see that. Michael, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I
How was your week? Yeah.
My week was very confusing. Would you like to fill in everyone as to why you think my week is confusing?
Sure. Well, first, this is the first episode of the weekly Undertaking. Thank you for joining, listening into this podcast.
Yeah, it means a lot.
It does. This podcast and during this podcast, we discuss challenges that we do throughout the week on a weekly basis. At the end of every episode, we will pick out a new challenge, and we will follow that challenge throughout the week and discuss how that change in behavior has affected the way we live, the way that we see the world, change in perspective, all that stuff on this podcast. So to get us started, this week we have our challenge was to spend exactly $20 a day for the entire week, or as close to it as we possibly could.
Yes, or in my experience, 6 days, because I totally forgot to do it today. Because I was going to do things. I was going to go to the golf range this morning, and then I really didn't feel like it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a hot day. I can't imagine golfing in this weather.
It's actually very nice.
Is it really?
I'd prefer to golf in like heat, especially when you have like a little go-kart. So I guess to start things off, I'm curious to hear how this week went for you. We started on Sunday.
We started on Sunday, yes, and then we went through to today. In general, I did pretty good. I got within like $2 most days, with a couple exceptions, which I mean I'm sure we'll talk about.
I did really well the last 2 days. But
really? Okay.
Yeah. Most of the first couple days, it was a struggle.
Well, what did you find yourself spending most of the money on?
Well, see, the thing is, it's if I don't spend money like on just a regular day,
right?
It's just because I'm at home working or just doing whatever.
Right.
But if I need to go out and spend something, I'm very constantly spending more than $20.
Right.
Like if I need, I don't know, a new charger or microwave.
Microwave in particular, that'll add up. But
yeah.
No, yeah, the regular utensils like for around the house is typically a lot more than 20 or close to it.
I did have a plan. If I really needed something over $20 this week, I was gonna just ask someone I knew to buy it for me. Say someone bought me something for like $60, and I'd pay them back exponentially throughout the week.
Wow!
So I just like, all right, $20 a day.
that is significantly more intricate than anything I thought of. That's all right. So did you actually end up using this $60?
No.
Okay.
I didn't need a lot this week. I honestly, the biggest challenge for me was finding things to buy at a certain point, because when you buy something, you aren't looking to spend money. You're looking for a thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I don't know what's wrong with the world, but this week in particular, I could not stop finding great deals. And it's just like, shit, I gotta keep buying things.
You know what I found out? I found out like on Saturday, like the day before we started, that the Steam summer sale was going on, and I was just like, I gotta stay away from, because I will drop like easily $50 or $60 just like going through buying. I mean, great deals, but I could never.
Well, isn't that a good thing though? Because most of those games would probably be like under $20 this week.
I mean, for sure. I just knew that if I bought that, I wouldn't be able to do anything for the rest of the day either. Like a lot of what the psychology of it was like, you know, having a cap more than I need to buy this changed my perspective of like, okay, what's the most important thing that I can buy today? Yeah.
And I think the big thing I took away from this week is that it's healthy to have a budget, but I think it's for the purpose of this podcast, it was funny, but to have a minimum that you should spend each day, like a reverse budget, is the stupidest thing.
Absolutely.
It was so terrible.
There were 2 or 3 nights in which at 10 p.m. at night I was just like, oh crap, I have about $15 left to spend, and then I ran out to 7-Eleven and just like got like potato chips and iced tea and all this stuff. And like on the one hand, it struck me like I kept a running list of all the things that I bought.
Same, yeah, me
so
too.
like I'll just like the most I bought. Okay, so on Wednesday, just for example, I met up with a friend at a coffee house in Montauk called The Cup. I don't know if you
The Cup?
Yes, it's actually really awesome. Plug for The Cup. Go.
The Cup is great.
It actually is. It's a lot like Sip This and Valley Stream, but it's
also unaware.
yeah. Okay, never mind. But it's a
Why
really.
don't you take me anywhere?
I mean,
You can't
wanna-
see
you
it, but
wanna-
I gently caressed Michael's arm.
You want to go after this?
Hell yeah.
All right, let's do it. No, but it's a nice coffee house. But I went there and I got like an Oreo granita definitely pronouncing that wrong, but an Oreo granita smoothie like with kind of felt like a milkshake but with like crushed Oreos in it. I got chicken strips there, and then later in the day I went into 7-Eleven. I got Arizona iced tea, Lay's sour cream and onion potato chips. I got like a lottery ticket.
Did you win?
No, I got nothing because then I lost. But all that was
One
less
day.
than $19.
Do you want to know what I did on Wednesday?
Yeah, tell me what you did on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was
We
Wednesday.
should go down the list. I don't know why we're going out of order, but
well,
go with
no.
Wednesday. We're on this topic.
Because it's a great counter to you doing like a million things.
Mhm.
I went to Carvel and I bought $20 worth of ice cream.
That sounds incredible.
I think I still have some
Did
upstairs.
you? Yeah, I was gonna ask. Did you eat it all in one sitting? How much?
No.
How much ice cream is $20 worth of Carvel ice cream?
It's actually a lot less than you'd think.
Really.
See, they have this 2-for-1 deal on Wednesdays
Mhm.
where you buy one, you get one free.
Right.
But I don't know. The lady confused me when I went there. So I was like, so a medium cup is $5 around.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in thinking I can buy 8 cups of ice cream today with $20.
Mhm.
So I go in and I say, it's a 2-for-1 special, right? And she's like, yes. And I was like, great. Give me 8 cups of medium and fill them up with everything you got. And then she's like, okay, that's going to be about $50. It's like,
What? $50?
$50.
Why?
I don't know. So I said, okay, wait. I only want to spend around $20. She's like, you can only get 4.
But
then-
wait, what happened to the 2-for-1 deal?
She said that's what it applied with, but that confused. See, when I get confused, I tend to just say, okay. So
Just agree.
I retreated with my ice creams.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great to have Carvel ice cream throughout this entire week.
Oh,
but,
no, I'm sure, yeah.
But, yeah, that was probably my biggest, like, all right, I just got to spend money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But,
I mean that's a pretty long-term investment if you still have some left, and that's
Yeah,
awesome.
and you know what? I didn't feel guilty about it.
Mhm.
I had to spend the money anyway.
Mhm.
I wasn't really going to do anything with it.
Mhm.
So it's like $20. But Carvel.
Yeah, no,
Why
that's-
not?
Yeah. I mean, that's actually a dream. Just to have $20 to spend in an ice cream shop. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to miss this challenge for that.
Just to have an excuse to burn money. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, so do you actually want to go through your week?
Can we talk about? I mean, we could. But
Should we go back and forth?
Sure, I
we
mean-
both do Sunday.
Yeah, I mean Sunday was a pretty good day. I spent like 21.32, so still in the zone. I saw The Incredibles 2, which was a fantastic movie.
I loved The Incredibles 2.
That was a
Did you
great
like
movie.
It?
I thought it was excellently done.
Better than the first?
I thought it was on par with the first.
Yeah, which is hard to say even then.
Yeah, because I mean, Incredibles holds a special place in my heart.
In all of our hearts.
Yes, it does. It does. But I thought it was a great follow up. And it was I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know a lot. It got strangely bad reviews among my friends anyway.
Really?
But, yeah. But I thought it was an excellent movie. And then I went out and got some ice cream afterward. But that all came out to about $21.
Nice.
So, yeah. What about you?
Sunday was the only day that I went under, excluding today, which is still at 0.
Right.
Because I really have not done much today. But Sunday I was at a wedding in Chicago, and at the wedding,
How was the wedding?
it was lovely.
Good. I'm
Yes,
glad.
a long-term friend of mine got married,
Oh, good.
so it was great to see her. But Yeah, at a wedding, you don't really have to spend money. Like
Right.
the bar is free, the food is prepaid for.
Exactly.
It's like I'm sitting at this wedding, and it's probably like 5 o'clock at this point. Wedding ends at 9, so I
Right.
still have like a couple hours. So I'm like, how am I gonna get rid of this money?
It's a good problem to have. I want to say, like living in the lap of luxury at a wedding, being served hand and foot for free.
And it's like, shit, I gotta spend money.
Yeah, exactly.
So I ended up throughout the day. I had about $12 cash at the time. So I ended up tipping the many bars.
Just making it rain.
Yes.
Just like,
Well,
take my money, please.
So I got rid of the $12 that way. I still had 8 to spend. Actually, I still had 7 to spend. Earlier that day, I forgot to mention, I had given $1 to a friend of mine to play a crane game. He lost.
You generous soul.
He tried to get one of those basketballs. I forgot the challenge even started, so I was just being nice.
I'm not gonna lie. I think those carnival games are impossible. Like I think they're rigged. Like
Well, they're obviously rigged.
right. Yeah. Because if everybody won them, you'd just be losing money constantly.
Yeah, it's something with the crane. I don't know.
I don't know.
I hate it. And
Science, probably.
And then, one thing that this $20 budget thing helped me with was after the wedding, it was probably around 10 o'clock, me and my whole crew, my posse, we all went to, I can't remember the name for the life of me. It's a chain in Illinois, but they serve awesome burgers. The slogan's like butter burgers and milkshakes. I don't know.
Butter burgers?
Yeah, someone tell me
That
what that is.
does not sound appetizing.
Dude, that's like 2 of my favorite words.
I mean, yes, but together, it's like I can't. No, that's gross.
It sounds like I actually didn't have a burger. From there.
So what did you have? Butter?
Well, no.
Oh, what you have?
This was not the only time in this trip that we had gone. We were there the whole weekend. But
Is it like a Five Guys? Is it fast food or?
it's like fast food. It's
Okay.
It's not McDonald's level. It is like Five Guys.
Oh,
level.
a bit of a step up.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like you go there, or even like you go there.
Okay, you go there.
It's not like
People
It's not a
frequent-
shameful display.
Okay.
It's like cause for celebration.
I
type
feel
thing.
like that depends on the individual in
Yes.
question, but
Well, my sister got something, and she's a fast food hater.
Really?
But yeah, she
I
got a
didn't know that about
milkshake.
her.
Ironically, she dropped it while it was still full.
that is sad.
It was hilarious because it was
That's-
like we got the same flavor, and by the time, right as she dropped it, I got mine a little earlier. I got a milkshake, and I was just finishing it. I was like, well, can't share it with you
Can't
now.
help you now. Yeah,
Sorry.
Convenient, but yeah.
Well, I was like a third of the way from being done, but I started drinking it faster once she dropped it.
Yeah.
It's like she's gonna look over here.
Just start chugging. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah. Go on.
Getting back
Go
to
on
the
about
point,
Butterburger. Yes.
the reason that this challenge helped me is it stopped me from getting like a $10 meal because I had an early flight the next morning, and I would have fast food.
Yeah.
It sits.
It's comfort food. Yes, exactly.
That-
And
oh yeah, at the time, but post eating, it's not a fun experience.
no.
And it wouldn't have been I'm sorry, I don't want to go into too much of a description about my bowels, but
Jeez. Okay, continue.
it takes more time than just overnight.
You're right.
For it to get through your system. So
Well, depends on the fast food establishment. I mean,
yeah,
but
true.
I guess that speaks to the quality of the kind of food at Butterburger. If it,
It's not. Yeah, it's something with a C. It's gonna kill me. Not remembering, but
the name of the
yeah.
Okay.
I feel bad. It's like I wanna tell people how great this restaurant is. So I only got a milkshake for
Right.
like $4.20. Blaze it.
Please. That's a good price for a burger. Was it a quality burger?
It was a shake.
Oh, it's a shake. Okay,
I didn't get a burger. I did not eat a burger. I was curious, but I did not get one. So that was good. I ended up spending $17, and that was again the only day I went over. Under. And all the next 5 days I went over just by a little bit. I was pretty good. Actually, out of curiosity, what was your closest day?
My closest. I spent actually exactly $20 on Monday.
Did you buy gas?
No, I did not.
What'd you buy?
I specifically bought gas Saturday night so that I would not have to fuel. Like I was still at a half a tank, but I was like, I'll have to fuel up during the week, so I bought Saturday night so that it wouldn't matter. No, I went to Buffalo Wild Wings with some of my friends, and we came out to about $100. So we just split the bill, and it just came out to $20.
I'm sorry, I just happened to catch a peek at your notes on your phone.
Yes.
Did that say BWW with the boys?
It did. It did say BWW with the boys. BW. Yes. Yes, it did.
Oh, wow. I don't know what to think of that.
You don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean that one just worked out flawlessly because I mean, I don't have to spend most. I don't have to spend most money. I don't have to spend much most days, so that just kind of worked out that all of my purchases and all of the requirements for my purchases were done in one fell swoop.
I was gonna get gas one day and just do a clean 20. So you beat me on that front because I didn't do that.
Right.
Because right before I was leaving to get gas, I had this craving, this evil craving for Twizzlers. So
Twizzlers.
Yes, I decided I needed gas anyway.
Such a specific craving.
They're the pull and peel ones that you get at CVS.
Yeah, no, I know the ones. I know
they're
the ones.
incredible.
They're very.
I
They're
buy
very tasty.
way too many of them. But anyway,
So Twizzler just okay. Sorry, go on.
No, I decided to get $10 worth of gas because I really needed it. And then spend $10 on Twizzlers. But
how many packs of Twizzlers does that come out to?
not as much as you think.
And I guess not.
Well, I labeled it as snacks because I also got those little Lifesaver mints.
Yes.
Those
Yeah,
are my
I know the ones.
favorite. I love those. But it came out to $13.75 for the snacks, which was way more than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be under again. So I went over by $3, but
So wait, question.
answer.
I think that we are in agreement that red vines are inferior to Twizzlers.
Of course.
Okay,
Why
great.
even bring this up?
Well, because my question is, so like, if the red vines were less money, would you have gone for them instead?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
I went there specifically for Twizzler pull and peel, both cherry and watermelon flavor. The watermelon flavor has little green strands in it, which is just visually appealing.
Hold on.
What? Okay.
Twizzlers come in multiple flavors? I thought it was just the one.
Dude, where have you been?
I
It is
guess-
2018.
I guess under a rock. Have they been innovating them for
okay.
years?
Okay. Sit back, everyone. Michael doesn't know about Twizzlers. So there's watermelon pull and peel, which is red and green, and they're the strands.
Right, they're
You
the
have-
same kind of technique involved. Yes.
Yes, you have the classic cherry, which
The
is all red.
That's the only one that I really have consumed.
There's lemon, but not pull and peel.
There's lemon.
There's stuffed Twizzlers, which is like a Twizzler
How
with
do you stuff a Twizzler with a lemon? How do you?
Stop trying to be funny.
No, I'm not. How does this work?
Okay,
I'm well aware of the fact that I'm not funny. Don't.
so it's like Twizzlers are hollow. Like they pinch off the ends, but they're hollow. You can bite off
Right.
both sides and
You're
use
right.
it as a straw.
So what? Do they shove it with lemon filling?
Yeah, exactly.
That's good.
They do that with orange? No.
Oh, yeah.
I hate those.
Yeah,
I never buy them.
I can't imagine it would be very tasty.
And then they just have the rainbow Twizzler. It's like Skittles, but with Twizzlers. There's purple ones, blue ones, lime, lemon, red.
Red.
I don't know, cherry.
Okay.
Also,
So did you just stick with the cherry one? You got watermelon too. That's right. Okay.
yeah, cherry watermelon. I think I also got Lifesavers.
Okay.
Yeah, I did get Lifesavers. I meant Jolly Ranchers. I have a sweet tooth.
I can tell. I mean, I like I said, most of my money was spent on food during this whole big thing.
What was the most interesting thing you've bought all week?
Interesting? Well, let me say this. I went over a lot last night in particular, like
Yeah.
an insane amount.
How'd that go, by the way?
Okay, so in general,
Fill them in.
right? Okay, so in general through the week, everything was pretty good. I actually was, like I said earlier earlier, I was a little impressed by how much $20 could get. But last night, I'm part of an improv troupe with my college, and we performed in the city as a part of the Del Close Marathon.
Yes, apparently they're very funny.
Thank you.
I haven't seen them, so I can't.
What a
I can't
supportive
assure.
friend.
I can't assure them.
I
don't know for sure.
I appreciate your honesty, and I'm sure they do too.
Did you film it?
We did not.
So then I can't say that you're funny.
Right. That valid point. I'm acknowledging your point.
Yes.
So it's an annual thing with improv troupes from all over the country actually gathering in New York City for just basically a 72-hour improv thing, like, rotating teams and all that. And it's really good fun actually. I saw some very famous people. I saw Nick Kroll perform, and the guy.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yes. If you've seen 30 Rock, do you know what's the name of the guy that plays Kenneth?
My sister loves 30 Rock. Mm-hmm. She would tell us.
All right. Well, he was also in one of the shows that I saw, and he was fantastic. But so going into this, so I went into the city, and then we performed actually at 1:30 in the morning. So it was very very late, very tiring. But while I could manage the $20 here, I realized more than I ever had before. The city is expensive as shit.
Hell yeah. Wait, actually, considering you went on at 1:30,
mm-hmm.
did you, per se, buy a round-trip ticket going in on Friday, and then spend after midnight to count for today?
I did not think that far ahead. I just bought one round-trip ticket on Friday, which came out to $17.50, and I was like, crap, it's like because I was going at like
$2 for dinner.
How do I do this? So the answer is I didn't. I mean I went to I ate food, and it was good. It was just like, the more that I was there, the more I racked up food, and by the time it was like 2 a.m. and I wanted to get a train back to where I live, I had to take an Uber, and that was like $50, like $25, $50. It was insane.
25 or 50. Which one?
Like, well, it came out to like a $50 Uber, but I split it with someone, so it was 25.
Okay,
it was 50 in total, 25 for me. But it was So I blew that. Friday I went like way over the mark.
Wow.
So and then I actually ended up spending, because trains at Penn Station in the early hours in the morning are not very frequent, so I ended up just staying at a friend's house, and then I Ubered to the train station today, and that's how I spent my 20 today.
Oh, so you like got back this morning?
I got back. I got back at about 11:30 a.m. So it was.
Did the show go well?
The show went fine. Yeah, I mean, it was, like I said, it was 1:30 in the morning, so there were 7 people in the audience.
Well,
but it was
that just means less pressure,
mm-hmm.
and there's no one here.
Exactly.
I think this is going splendid.
I think so too. So, what's the most interesting thing that you bought? Oh, mine would be the ticket to go see Nick Kroll and Friends. That was the show with him and the guy from 30 Rock and several other famous comedians that I know the characters of, but I don't know the name.
That's kind of interesting.
It was a great show. But what was your most interesting purchase?
Probably. My most interesting purchase is something I don't want to talk about quite yet, because it's the Pick-and Bucket.
Oh, the Pick-and Bucket.
I will get into later. Mm-hmm. Michael still hasn't seen it, but I had to go get a bucket this week for us to put all of our future challenges in to pick out of each week. I think you're gonna love it, but we're gonna wait until the end of this show to reveal it, and then I'll explain my process behind which bucket I picked. But I know you're gonna absolutely love it.
I have faith in you.
You shouldn't.
Probably. But what was I gonna say? I mean, you had a lot of interesting purchases during the week. It's got to be pretty good to beat the $20 worth of ice cream.
See, also, when I was buying all the bucket and other things that, again, I will get into a little later, I was at Michael's, and I forgot, not you.
No, I know. The
craft store. The craft store, Michael's.
A fine establishment.
Art supplies and such. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of discounts, and I had forgotten about this. So when I had picked out everything that I needed for various reasons that, again, I will go into later, thinking that it would be exactly $20, and it was. Until they applied the discounts, and it was $13. And I was like, fuck.
What a terrible problem to have.
It's the only time in my life I've ever been upset about getting a discount. And then it happened again the other day. I went fishing with my grandfather and cousin.
Oh, nice.
And...
You catch anything?
No.
Oh, sad.
It was a terrible day for fishing, but a beautiful day for every other thing, including family.
Oh, nice. That's
but
sweet.
I wanted a Coke. A cola, not a Coke, a drug.
Good. I think that would cost more than $20. Yeah.
And it was like $2. I hadn't spent anything so far. Actually, no, I bought parking for $8, but this day. But my little cousin, she goes on this boat all the time, so she knows all the mates. So I gave her $5. I'm like, go buy 2 drinks, one for each of us, for $4. So she went in, and then she came back out with the 2 drinks and still my $5. And I'm like, what happened? And she's like, oh, well, I just know Dave so well, a guy who works on the boat. He just gave them to me. I was like,
damn it, Dave!
God damn it!
What the hell? How the hell are we supposed to
Be nice to children.
How the hell are we supposed to get these challenges done if all these good Samaritans and kind people start treating children so nicely?
But see, it's the sad thing that I know if we weren't doing this challenge, I would have been charged $4.
Oh, of course,
Yes.
just by the way that the universe works.
Yeah. So this week I managed to experience what having discounts feels like in a negative way, or sorry, a reason to be upset about discounts. I guess it sucks.
That's a very strange thing to be upset about.
Yeah, it will never happen again unless we do something similar to this in the future. But honestly, now I want to know what you take away from this experience, because that's the goal here, to have new experiences,
Right.
and learn and become better people and all that shit.
Of course, yeah, okay. I think that my biggest takeaway is that, well, I mean, like I said, most of the week I found out that $20 goes a lot farther than I had previously thought it did. Like, I mean, because typically I don't really think about it. I get, you get $20 and you break the 20 and it's gone. But once I was able to put material objects to how much it is, I realized how much it could go, how far it could go, and how expensive other things are. If it costs as much as it costs as much as a meal at Buffalo Wild Wings, or however many packs of Twizzlers it is to get into the city. Two packs.
2 packs.
2 packs of Twizzlers are that expensive?
Well, including the Lifesavers and the Jolly Ranchers.
Right, of course.
Maybe like 5 packs.
Well, regardless, like all this stuff that I can use on a daily basis. If it costs that much to get into the city, that's another like realization of like how much it quantifies living expenses in a way that I kind of knew it would, but still surprised me to see.
It's still interesting to see. I totally agree, and I think I loved keeping track of all the money I spent.
Actually, if anything else, that encouraged me to spend less.
Yeah, when we agreed to do this challenge for our first episode, I was thinking to myself, wow, $140. That's right, $140 for a whole week. That's so much money.
Right.
But I probably spend way more than that on average per week. So you honestly probably saved me money in a weird way.
Because it's like in when you put a when you put a daily budget on it, like I said, there were days that I wouldn't spend, that I had to force myself to buy things. And then there were other days where I had to force myself to spend less, and that just kind of, typically I look for deals on the individual thing I want to buy, but to set like, oh my god, if I buy this now, I can't buy this later. That immediate restriction on a daily basis kind of forced me to spend less and realize what I was buying.
Yeah, it's the idea of sacrifice and realizing what you don't actually need when you set such a strict budget. I think the minimum part of this requirement should not be taken into a real life.
No, we are not economists at all.
No, that was horribly no.
That's a bad idea.
It was funny, sure,
but yeah, don't force yourself to buy things.
No, I would recommend, if you want to try something like this, just try to set yourself a maximum budget. If you normally spend $100 a day for whatever reason, try to kick it back to $80. Save some cash on things you don't need. I don't know. Buy things at cheaper places. But again, what do we know?
Exactly. We're not experts, but I think this was definitely a worthwhile experiment.
Yes. Yeah. And now now we're almost at a half hour. I think this would be a great time to reveal the pickin' bucket.
Okay, let's
This
go for
is
it.
the bucket that for however long we do this, may it be a year or 30 years, we will be picking from this bucket. And I want you to keep that in your mind as you see this.
This is
this
a permanent bucket.
This will never change. I will not allow it.
Okay.
And you better get used to it.
I'm getting worried.
I'm gonna reveal the bucket now.
What did you get?
Ready? Da, 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 da.
Oh my god. What? What?
Why don't you describe what you're seeing, Mike?
Okay, wait. I have to know. Is this
It's not.
okay,
attached.
wait. Gotcha.
It's a little pedestal.
But we're still okay. So it's like a little glass pedestal that like very intricate, like that you'd see in a rich person's mansion, and on top of it is just a very, very tiny pink pail that kind of reminds me of something that you'd see in a kid's sandbox.
It's the pinkest of pails. And what's around the glass column, Mike?
A lot of pink bow ties.
Yes, it didn't go together without the ribbon.
I guess not. You
Yes.
You really pinkified this.
And it was either this or gender neutral yellow. So
you had to go pink.
had to go pink.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
And
I'm very much. I really like the contrast between the intricacy of the pedestal and then just the
It's a bucket.
It's a bucket. It's just a bucket.
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
man, that's funny.
well,
Okay.
yeah. So I bought everything because this bucket was like $5, so that wasn't enough. So I had to buy the pedestal.
Was the pedestal 15?
No, it was like $9.
Wow, I would pay more.
It's a nice pedestal.
Yeah, it
and
really
and it
is.
fits perfectly.
Wow. Okay.
And then the ribbon was like another $3. So it was pretty close to 20.
All right.
And now with that, there are several ideas
Right.
inside this bucket. If you can hear that shaking, each one we are going to. Well, each week we're going to pick a new idea out of the pick and bucket, and it's basically a rule that we have to live the next with. I'm sorry.
Try again. You got it.
It's okay. Okay.
You got this.
It's hard to talk.
It's a difficult task.
Each piece of paper has a rule that we're going to have to live with for the next week of our lives, and then next week we'll come back and talk about how that affected our lives, just like this $20 a day thing happened.
Yeah.
So we got some good ones in here, and I'm excited. Michael, would you like to do the honor?
Yes, of course.
All right. Picking
All right,
from the
let's go.
picking bucket.
I got one. Ready? An hour off the grid.
Okay.
Go out and explore the world for an hour each day. You will not have access to technology or distractions of any kind.
All right.
So, is this specifically just going out and walking for a day, or can we bike ride too, or is it
That's a good question. I think bikes are okay.
Okay.
I think cars are not okay.
Cars are not okay.
I think
because there's too many distractions
At
with,
a
that you need to survive.
a certain
in a car.
point of technology, I'd say bikes are cool. But I don't know. What do you usually do do you go out and walk around?
I do actually. I really enjoy walking. Got to get those 10,000 steps a day. But typically when I do it, I'm listening to a podcast or some music or something like that.
Yes.
So this will just. I guess the idea of this is just to give an hour just to see where the mind goes if you just don't give it entertainment for an hour, right?
Yes. And actually, I would like to add a little something to this, or a suggestion, if you may.
Sure.
I think we should still carry around our cellular devices. And if we have any weird thoughts or just something we're thinking about and want to talk about, that we record it on that, just so we remember it for next week. But besides that, I'm going to say no technology. When I love walking. We live in a very what's the word? Well, suburb, but only on like one side, or at least for me. We live like 5 minutes away from each other. But on one side of me is like white people land, and on the other side there's like a harbor and another harbor.
So more white people,
Yeah.
but different
Different
white people land.
subgenre of white people. But it's got variety to it.
It does.
And
it
I
does.
can go sit by the pier, or I can go look at awesome houses in not a creepy way, but not a way that would make someone feel safe if they saw me doing it.
Got it. Right, exactly. And we should add add a thing that we don't want to get arrested while we do this.
Yes. So if you'd be interested in trying this challenge with us, it's pretty basic and simple.
And
Nothing crazy. We promise there's a lot of crazy things in this bucket.
Right.
I think Mike just got lucky.
We just happened to pick a simple one.
Yes.
I agree.
So
and if anybody listening has any other suggestions for things that we that might make good weekly challenges, please feel free to submit it.
yes, let us know. I should probably tell them where they can submit that.
Good idea.
Yes. We don't know because we're recording this before we kind of have anything up and running.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
for now, just email it to us, and the email is it's the oxymorons, no spaces or periods at gmail.com.
It's the oxymorons at gmail.com.
Yes, oxymoron as in the word with an S at the end, and it's the ITS. THE. I'm over-explaining. You are not children. You might be children.
You might be. Welcome, children.
Yes, and adults.
And adults.
And everything in between.
Of all ages.
But not old people.
Not old people.
Just kidding, Grandpa. I know you're listening to this. I love you.
Gotta love Grandpa.
Okay, well, is that it?
I think so. Anything else that you want to know? All right.
No, I thought of a great sign-off, but I can't remember it.
Okay, so we'll just go with the other one?
You say it, because I also don't remember that one.
All right, so thank you for listening. Join us next week, and
Oh,
until
wait.
then...
No, I remembered it.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
It was like, okay, thank you for listening, and what are you going to try this week?
All right, we're going to go with that?
Well, I didn't run it over with you, but is that okay?
For now. We'll change it next week. Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
what are you going to do this week? Thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.